I'm a single mom, but recently engaged. So I guess I won't be a single mom for long. You know, hey, ladies, you never know. How many of you ladies are single out there? Let me see. Let me hear you. You never know, you might find the love of your life in this company. And again, World Ventures got excited about wanting to change my life. I was a nurse at the time. I was 29 years old. I was a nurse and I was super busy. I owned a photography studio as well, trying to make ends meet. I worked about 80 hours a week. My son had just turned 2. So when the guy came to me and showed me this, I was like, whatever, dude, I'm way too busy. See, but I was tired of living the life I was living. I was working 80 hours a week, and I wasn't getting to spend time with my son. How many of you guys can relate? So what I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about, and I mean, you guys can hear my story or whatever. I'm going to kind of talk to you a little bit about my story as I go along. But the main thing I want to talk to you guys tonight about is how to be a parent and do this business. Okay? Now, some of y'all are going, but I'm not a parent yet. But you're going to have parents on your team. And you've got to be able to coach them on what they need to do. Because in my mind, I don't believe there's anything in this world that's more important than raising a child. I believe that God gave us these unbelievable children. He put them in our life so we can raise them to be good adults. Do you guys agree? So I'm going to talk, but it is complicated to try to juggle it all, right? But I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about 5 things. I have 5 things that I believe it takes to be a good parent and involve your children in World Ventures and have success. See, some of you guys have the limited belief in your mind. Can I be, because I know Wendy has permission to be real. And for those of you ladies that have never heard me speak.
Wendy doesn't know what real is.
I'm known for being real. I needed somebody to stomp on my toes to wake me up, and some of you guys need somebody to stomp on your toes to wake you up. So I might stomp on your toes a little bit, but some of you guys are sitting there right now, and your limited belief is that I can't do this like the people up there talking because I'm a mom and I work and I have all this going on and I can't do it all. And I'm standing here today and I'm here to tell you, you absolutely can do it all and be successful at all of it.
That's right.
You can be a successful mom. You can be a success in World Ventures. You can be a successful spouse or partner. You can have it all. I'm here to help you get that limited belief out of your mind. Are you guys with me? Yes or yes? Awesome. So, I'm going to talk to you guys. I told you guys I had 5 things I wanted to talk to you about tonight that I think will help you be a successful parent. For those of you guys that are in World Ventures and be successful in World Ventures. For those of you guys that don't, again, have children yet, you will have people on your team and they're going to come to you. And they're going to ask you, what do I do? How do I do it all? So number 1 is to be a multitasker. Ladies, we are gifted, are we not? Yes, we are. We can have the kid on the hip, standing at the stove, talking on the phone, helping with homework, and we can do it all at one time. It's amazing how we can do that. And no offense to the gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen in the room, but sometimes when you tell them, and you're like, babe, can you get this over here? They're like, but I'm doing this. Babe, I'm fixing the sink. You want me to fix the sink and talk to somebody on the phone and do a 3-way? Can't happen. And don't you just want to like gouge their eyeballs out? I told you I'm going to keep it real. We have the blessing of doing it all. And I believe that it's time management that helps us do that. Now, let me just go ahead and tell you. I'm the most unorganized human being on the face of this earth. Juliana's somewhere in the room. She will say yes. I'm telling you, I'm very unorganized, but what I've learned how to do is look, my schedule is my Bible. If I don't do many things, I don't keep up with many things, but anybody that knows me well will tell you my schedule is like my religion, okay? It is in my face all the time. You absolutely must learn time management skills and learn how to multitask. Sometimes you're gonna have to do 3 ways while you're taking the kid to the ball game and coming home and cooking dinner. You're gonna have to plan it out, but I've learned, and Kelly has said has really helped me in learning how to do time management. You can just put it in a schedule, ladies. In the beginning, now we all have everything on an iPhone, but there are still times that I pull out a paper calendar because for whatever reason, it just helps me to write it down.
Yep.
And I can lay it all out. Megan, you know what I'm talking about. You can lay it all out and see it. Do y'all know what I'm saying? Sometimes that paper calendar works better than the phone calendar, and if that works better for you, then do it. But you must be a very good multitasker. Got it?
Yes.
Got it. Number 2. You must include your children in the dream. I talk to my team about making vision boards with their children. We talk about making vision boards all the time. If you guys are brand new and you don't know what a vision board is, it's where you literally cut out pictures of all the things that you want. You put it on a poster board and you put that where you can see it every single day. So I talk to my team about putting that up, but don't just make it by yourself. Ask your children. My son he'll actually be 8 next week, and we still have a vision board, and he gets to participate. When we add something, he gets to participate. If he wants something, he gets to put it on that vision board. See, some of you guys are just running out the door and you're going, because I'm the mom and because I'm the parent, you just got to listen and understand what I'm doing. But I'm telling you, you will get such a better response from your kids if you will include them in on the dream. Sometimes including them on the dream means taking them to trainings. I'm telling you guys, there is no doubt. Braden went with me to Ohio. We did a training in Ohio. And Braden came with me on that training. And he's sitting there and he was like, Mommy, I don't have anything to do. I need my game. I need my Kindle. I need my blah, blah, blah. He's just like every other kid. And I'm like, okay, so I had him the Kindle and all that, and he's sitting in the back of the room. He does really, really well. I mean, he's been, since he was 2, he's been around it his whole life, for what he can remember, right? But he's like a kid. I don't want to sit through training. And he doesn't want to hear me speak, of all people. So I leave the training. We leave the training that night, and we're on our way back home because we're going to drive home. And we're on our way back home, and we stop to get food, and he's sitting in the back seat, and he goes, Mommy, and for those of you guys that don't know the colors, I don't have time to go into it tonight, just understand. Go to markasetta.com and take the color profile for personality profiling. But I did a brief explanation of it at the regional so everybody would understand. And I said, he goes, Mommy, I am blue-yellow. Don't get too excited. Being the red personality that I am, I'm sitting up there and I said, yeah, you are. And I'm going, yeah, you're right. You heard me say that. I didn't say that, yellows. I thought. And I'm still driving. I'm like, yes, you are. That's awesome. He goes, you are red-blue. Don't get excited. I said that too. And then he said this. Lauren, who is Marty's oldest daughter, is blue-yellow. And I went, yeah. Wow. I said, what's Marty? He said, blue-red. I said, what's Daddy? He went, green-yellow. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. He was 7 at the time. He's still 7. He'll be 8 next week. Not only did he know the colors, he understood the colors. Guys, get them involved in the training, right? It's extremely important. So 1, we've got time management. 2, we've got include them in the dream, right? 3 are games. Play games with them. Some of you guys have heard me do this. If you were on the ladies' call last week, you heard me talk about this, but for all of you guys that weren't, I want you to hear this. This is important. Sometimes you have them like hanging off your leg. Please don't go. Please don't leave. Moms, that's hard, isn't it? That is like the hardest thing ever, because you don't want to leave them. And you have this guilt associated with that. Stop with the guilt. You know what's best for them.
That's right.
Right? They don't run this. This is the way I tell people. I didn't come into his life, he came into mine. And I know. I'm just saying. And I know what's best for him because I'm the adult and he's the child. Right? If you guys will play games, the vision board was one thing, but one game that's really cool, get a poster board. Right? If they say they want something, let's say it's a new bike or a PlayStation. That's like the big thing in my house. I hate those things. But let's say a PlayStation, okay? I mean, that's a pretty high ticket item. We put it on the poster board and we draw it out. And then we cut it into pieces. Let's say for something high ticketed item, maybe 30 pieces. Then we number, like a puzzle, right? You almost turn the PlayStation into a puzzle. Then you number them 1 through 30. And every time you go do a meeting, they get to color in a puzzle piece.
Woo!
When it's all colored in, they get to go get whatever's on that poster board. If you guys go to a training, you're going for longer, right? Let them color in 5 spaces when you go to training. I'm telling you ladies right now, they will run you out the door. They will say, please go do another meeting. When are you going to go do another meeting? You need to get up off the couch and go watch the TV and go do another meeting. Right?
That's a really good one.
That's just a quick little tidbit, a game that you guys can play to help you, right? The other thing, number 4, is you've got to make a decision. I'm fixing to get really real with some of y'all.
When is the next meeting?
You are not being the parent you need to be if you are not keeping your word and living up to the expectations of your child. If you tell them you're going to go do something, go do it.
That's right.
The Latin interpretation of the word decision is to break off from. It means there are no other options. Some of you ladies are toying with this business. You have not made that true decision. When you make that true decision, and I have a feeling with everything that's happening this week and the trainers and the lineup we have, some of you are going to leave this building on Sunday night and you will have made a true decision. But you need to make a true decision, and then you need to sit down with your family and you need to say, this is what my decision is and this is why. Stop letting everything else get in your way, including yourself. There's one thing about women. We have so many gifts. Our feminine energy is our power. Yvette Yaloa told me that. I always thought that being this masculine woman, like walking out like a dude, and when you stand up here with all these guys, ladies, please hurry up. When you stand up here with these, I mean, sometimes you feel like you got to be a guy. Some of you guys think you've got to be a dude to do this in a big way. I will tell you that your feminine energy is your power.
That's right.
Us using our feminine in the right way is our power. It's the same thing with being a parent. Children love their mamas.
That's right.
There's a reason. Guys, make a decision. Stop playing with this. Decide that you're going to do it. But let your family in on the fact that you're going to. Tell them what your dreams are. Tell your children where you want to take them. Tell them what you want. Again, that will include them in. And the last thing I want to tell you that will help you with your kids in building this business is to feed their minds. Garbage in is garbage out. Troy Brown taught me that. Good in is good out. The beautiful thing about children is that they're this tall, but they are so much more absorbent than we are. We are so conditioned. They are not conditioned yet. They absorb positive way better than we absorb positive. If you are being negative at home, they will be negative at home. If you are positive at home, they will be positive at home. Let them listen to the CDs. I've had kids come up to me that were 7 and 8 years old, and when I've been to a regional, and they're like, the mother or the father goes, "My child just wanted to meet you. They listen to your CDs all the time." That's still the weirdest thing ever, because I have no clue why an 8-year-old would want to listen to me on CD. But it's funny, they can quote it. Guys, they're putting good in their minds. Feed their minds now. It will help you down the line. And I want to really quick, some of you have heard this story and some of you may not have, but I want to tell you this story really quick before I wrap it up. Because I want to tell you about what happens when you make a decision and how other things don't get in the way. I had a woman tell me one time that I was wrong. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is no sugarcoating it, you're going to have to sacrifice. You are going to have to sacrifice some time. I've just given you some time with your kids. I've given you some tidbits to help you do that, but I'm telling you, the reward is unbelievable. When you can make no decisions based on time or money, I make more money now in a month than I used to make in a year working full-time as an RN. I now can take my son wherever, whenever. There are no time limits. We get to do what we want when we want. That was my dream. I didn't want anybody telling me when I could spend time with him. I wanted to make that decision. But I had a woman tell me one time, she said, "I think you're wrong for going out every night, doing these meetings." Braden was 3 at the time, and I was running hard with World Ventures to get it off the ground. And her son went to daycare with Braden. And I said, "Really?" She was brutal about it. I said, "Let me ask you a question. How many hours a day do you work? How many hours a week do you work?" She said, "I don't know, 40 or 50. I said, "Let me guess, this is what your day looks like. On Monday, you get up at 5:30, you get ready, you get him dressed, you take him to daycare and drop him off by 6:30. You drive to work, you work all day, and at 5:30, you come back to daycare, you pick him up, you rush home, you make dinner, you give him a bath, you maybe get to spend a little bit of time, you put him to bed." That's Monday. On Tuesday, you get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, you get him to daycare by 6:30. You go to work, you work all day, you come home 5:36, pick him up from daycare, go back home, rush to make dinner, rush to give him a bath, spend a few minutes with him, then put him to bed. That's Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, you do the same thing, and on Thursday and Friday. Let me ask you a question. How long do you plan on doing that? Woo! She said, "Well, until I retire. I have to work until I retire." I said, "So he'll be long past 18 when that happens, right?" She said, "Right." I said, "Well, here's what I'm doing. You think I'm so wrong? Let me tell you why I think you're wrong. See, I'm doing this for a very short window of time. And by the time my baby is 5, I'll go to every school field trip. I'll go eat lunch with him whenever I get ready. We won't take one vacation a year. We'll take a month-long vacation. Of being the head of the household. Men run the house. But when it comes to family, mothers are the nurturers. That's right. Women are the ones that hold it together. Stop letting other people tell you what's best for you and your family. Make a decision this weekend. Go kill this deal and change your life.